Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline. I'm talking about how to better connect and coexist with urban wildlife in New York City today. In 2021, nearly 8 million New Yorkers share their streets, backyards, waterfront parks with more than 600 species of wild animals. Zooming in, we can see that in the city, this connection between humans and wildlife could be only one backyard tree, serving as a habitat for some birds or squirrels to thrive happily. Zoom out from food chain industry, water quality improvement, to mental therapy. Wildlife around is closely related to human activities, and together they form a complex urban ecosystem. In a nutshell, our daily life depends on urban wildlife. What's strange is that although New Yorkers encounter wildlife very often, they pay little attention to nature, and they have misunderstandings due to limited knowledge. There's a gap between people who dedicated their lives to protect urban biodiversity and people who merely want to admire the cuteness. Even though these experts try to send out the correct message, it's hard for everyone, like random park visitors, to fully accept ideas and apply them, while all the New Yorkers can directly encounter wildlife. Urban wildlife is undervalued, invisible, and taken for granted. There's a disconnection, but we are all interconnected. So how might we fix the disconnection? How to open New Yorkers' eyes and remind them of the abundance of urban wildlife? How might we encourage them to notice more, care more, appreciate more, and help the ecosystem to thrive? The key is the reintroduction of an animal back into the ecosystem, and this is where the science becomes art. My thesis goal is to create a framework that reconnects urban wildlife to New Yorkers' daily lives by increasing positive awareness. To better understand the context of NYC's urban wildlife and both wildlife and citizens' needs, here's a summary of my research and prototype phase. I conduct an online survey on New Yorkers' experience with urban wildlife. From the survey, I invited several volunteers to participate in a one-on-one workshop to understand how to increase positive awareness. I learned that participants are more likely to be attracted by experience, story sharing, engaging activities. They love the process of noticing and reintroducing wildlife into their daily lives. So with my partner, Urban Utopia Wildlife Rehabilitation, and the Wildlife NYC's database help, my intervention adds up. Here it is, underscore around. It means like you can put any words in the front, like cuteness around, fabulous around. What I want everyone to notice is that no matter what you think urban wildlife are, they're always around and interconnected with us. The framework contains 3 different parts: the social media platform that creates a space for people who have the same passion for a healthy urban ecosystem, for the gathering and scavenger hunt games are designed for specific space, and the offline activity booths. So urban underscore around is created to be an open space that can gather people who are showing similar interests towards urban wildlife. The structure of the post is encountering story plus data visualization plus professional guidance. Posts include factor sheets, some biography of wildlife, and stories of wildlife photography. I got lots of likes and views and some private messages of exciting stories. Another intervention is an offline activity I called a noticing booth in East River Park's community resilience event. The event's goal is to rethink the coming closure of East River Park, like Leah Brown said. The suspension of maintenance on green spaces can impact on the conservation of key habitats and species. The intro booklet is for people passing by and not ready to stay for a long time in the green space. And here's the thing I designed for East River Park. In the booklet, there are the go-to messages for New Yorkers I co-create with Urban Utopia. On the back is the scavenger hunt game map of this park's wildlife, especially during April migration season. So you only need a story, a phone, and your eyes to take part in this activity. Anyone can apply the design process of the booth to any green spaces through easy modification. During the short time from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., I'm grateful to have so many people walking or jogging around and stop to ask about my booklet, my work. I distribute almost all my zines and booklets and received photos and stories and of course words that comes from the bottom of the heart. What I learned from this intervention mode is that it works perfectly, not only for people who join this time, but also for people around me, hearing me talking about urban wildlife around again and again. The moment they start to notice the existence of wildlife is the moment I feel so proud. In the future, Underscore Around aims to use the iNaturalist website database to apply this framework to different green spaces. I will cooperate with artists and photographers on social media platforms to generate more engaging and appealing content. As a designer, I want to argue for the application of design to benefit all species. My thesis approach is more nature-centered design, taking into account the needs of humans along with the needs of nature. I hope my thesis will shift the perspective from egocentric to biocentric, ultimately helping to envision and create a sustainable and more environmental future. After all, my starting point, the little sparrow I encountered and saved in my childhood, has flown away. And I hope all the best for the healthy coexistence of urban wildlife in every city. If you notice, there are lots of hidden wild animals figures in my presentation, and this is a good sign because first, you gotta notice before you start to care about it. Thank you for listening.